Randy Orton has went from hearing voices in his head to hearing voices in his heart. Those voices are hurting his heart, breaking his heart, and they are more devastating than an RKO. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and Randall Keith Orton is the latest wrestler to comment on the whole Vince McMahon situation and the allegations surrounding Vince McMahon. Now, obviously, this is a little bit more tricky for Randy Orton to talk about because he's currently employed by WWE. He's actually there. He's an active wrestler. He's on television. He doesn't have the freedom to really talk about this the way people that are out of the business might. And he has come out and talked about it, though, during an interview with SI.com. And he basically said the whole thing hurts. He pretty much applauded McMahon for his career, praised McMahon for his career, says he owes McMahon a lot, and he doesn't want this to be true. And he says that even just hearing it, hearing the allegations, hurts his heart. So that's what Randy Orton had to say. Then we'll break it down, then we'll discuss it, then I'll give my opinion. But Randy Orton coming out here, and he's like one of the few wrestlers that has sort of stayed neutral and not just thrown McMahon under the bus. Now, he hasn't really defended McMahon, but at the same time, he hasn't really attacked McMahon. He hasn't really condemned McMahon without any evidence. So this is what Randy Orton had to say. Quote, "I've got to say this. I wouldn't be where I am without Vince McMahon taking a chance on me a handful of times. I would not be where I am today without Vince McMahon. But fuck, reading this shit, what you've seen and read, I've seen and read, as far as commenting on that, it fucking hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. So much happened while I was out. When I left, the old guard was still doing its thing. Vince was still around. TVs were getting rewritten over and over again. And the writers were being held up until all hours in the morning. And that's all changed. I am excited to work for WWE. Nick Khan is amazing. Triple H being in charge of creative is amazing. I've had a relationship with him for over 20 years. I went to his wedding back in 03. We've been at odds before when I was a fuck up when I was young, and I won him back. He's seen me go from an adolescent asshole prick who didn't know what I was doing. I was an insecure punk. That's what I was. I'm the oldest sibling in my family, but he's like an older brother to me. In many ways, he's always been there for me, and he has the best advice." End of quote. So Randy Orton praises McMahon, applauds McMahon, accepts that McMahon was successful in his career. McMahon basically turned him into the wrestler he is today, and he owes McMahon a lot for the success that he's had. Then he says how the whole situation breaks his heart. And he moved on and talked about Triple H and how Triple H is a great guy, how he looks up to Triple H. He thinks Triple H and Nick Khan are taking the company in a new direction, a direction without Vince McMahon. And that doesn't really seem to bother Randy Orton because he seems to enjoy what Nick Khan and Triple H are doing. However, he wasn't done there, and he continued to address the current McMahon situation, and he basically just says that there is more than one side to this story, and that we can't, just like most people have, assume McMahon's guilty. He just refused to throw McMahon under the bus. So this is what Randy Orton said, talking about the McMahon allegations to finish his interview. He said, quote, "There's three sides to every story. Their side, the other side, and then the truth. I think a lot more has to come out before I can really speak on any of this. I think that would be the case for any talent that you ask. But I do know about Vince McMahon, the man that I've known for the past 24 years personally, and I owe him for everything he's done for me. I say that with conviction, because I won't be in this position without a lot of help from him. But if these allegations are true, then it's some horrible shit right there. I'm torn. It's hard. I've seen the horrible things online that I don't want to believe because this man has done so many things for me. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been given second and third chances in WWE. I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in now if it wasn't for that man. So part of me wants to not believe it, and then the other part of me understands that he could have done all these wonderful things for me and the business and created this amazing thing that will go on and on well after he's gone. But on the other hand, he's human and he's made some terrible fucking mistakes. End of quote. So Randy Orton here, basically, he's saying that it could be true, but it might not be true. And until he gets more information, until more news on this story comes to light, then Randy Orton is not going to double down, and he's not going to condemn McMahon and sentence him to a guilty verdict, at least in his own eyes. But Randy Orton here, he's probably one of the only few wrestlers that have been neutral outside of Kevin Nash and possibly Mick Foley. Everybody else has pretty much came out and they've condemned McMahon. They've believed this Janelle Grant. They've believed the allegations without the proof, without further investigation. Now, some people have went other ways about it. Some people have come out and just attacked McMahon, called him horrible, called him a monster, called him all these things. Other people haven't really attacked McMahon, but they've come out and they've believed Janelle Grant, and they've said that they hope these atrocities can never happen again. They hope that Janelle Grant can get her justice, and that women in general can be made to feel safer and be protected in the wrestling business. So yeah, strange to see Randy Orton come out and just pretty much be neutral. Like I said, it's been only a handful of guys that have done that so far. Randy Orton not believing Janelle Grant, not believing Vince McMahon, says he's keeping his mind open, admits that there's 3 different stories here. There's Janelle Grant's story, there's Vince McMahon's story, and then there's the real story of what actually happened. And who knows, could the truth be somewhere in the middle? Will the truth be on Janelle Grant's side? Will the truth be on Vince McMahon's side? Look, we don't know. We do not know. But what we do know is a lot of people were quick to come out here and judge. A lot of people were quick to come out and just give McMahon a guilty sentence. They wanted McMahon to be this horrible sex trafficker. They wanted McMahon to be this rapist, this abuser. All these things, despite some of the text messages and despite some of the evidence and the financial money involved here, showing that this could have been a consensual relationship that Janelle Grant was agreeing to because it profited her, okay? That's what it looks like as well. So I don't know why people just can't accept that. I don't know why people can't look at that and go, well, maybe Janelle Grant was in this for the money. They don't want to see that side. They just want McMahon to be guilty, and I don't understand that. I know we live in a world, 2024, it's believe all women. If you're a man, then you're automatically guilty. You don't have to... Unfortunately, it's not innocent until proven guilty now. It's guilty until proven innocent, and all we can do now is wait and see whether or not McMahon can prove he is innocent. But for me, I've already gave my opinion on it. It looks consensual. It looks like Janelle Grant was happy to go along with this while the money was coming in, and then she had an issue with it when the money stopped. So that's what it looks like for me. Well, I guess we'll find out the truth. We might not find out the truth. I don't think it will go to court, but who knows? It could happen. Will it happen? We'll just have to wait and see. But let me know what you think, guys, on Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton's come out and handled this pretty damn professionally. He's told a story about McMahon. He's gave his thoughts on McMahon, what McMahon's done for him, but at the same time, he's accepting that if this did truly happen, then it's fucked up shit, and it's definitely a bad black mark here on Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and peace.